The market gaps and then fades as we await CPI, PPI, and Fed speakers this week. Are the bulls running out of steam? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so I've been out for about 10 days as my wife and I celebrated the birth of our baby boy, Lincoln. We are so happy to have him. You can see him on the screen there. I did need to take some time away to help my wife recover and get the newborn settled in the house. So that's why I've been out, but I am back now. When we last left, the market was moving down and we were giving the benefit of the doubt to the bears. Although I didn't love the structure, my alternate count was a bigger B wave to the upside, and that does look like what's playing out. Now the question is, are the bulls running out of steam? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. Highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, to celebrate the birth of my baby boy, we are having a sale. I will have coupon codes later in the video, so stay tuned for that. There'll be discounts on the courses as well as the memberships. Really exciting stuff, so stay tuned for later in the video. But now let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. In my last video, we were coming down here. And I told you I didn't love this structure. It's not the best 5-wave structure. I said that I would give the benefit of the doubt to the bears because we did hit the 50% retrace. We also came down and we're looking like we were going to be able to complete wave 1 of C to the downside. So I did give the benefit of the doubt to the bears, and that was the primary path. However, I did say I didn't love this structure on the move down, and that the alternate path would be a B wave higher into this 5350 area, which is where we are right now. They've spiked just above it, and that's okay. That's not a huge deal. Overall, this structure off of the low is very overlapping. It's very corrective, and I would count it as a B wave regardless of how this plays out. So there's a couple scenarios we're going to talk about here, but you can see all the overlap here. It's a very ugly structure and not indicative of what you'd see in a breakout or even a diagonal at that, to be honest. It's more of a B wave type structure and how it's built, and that's kind of the expectation we have. So as we look at the chart, we do have room for a little bit higher on a 4-5 where they can come down and make a 4-5 back up into the highs. And they can even make new all-time highs and still be in a B wave. This happened right before COVID, and then we got that C wave down. And so this is not an uncommon event. This would be considered an expanded B wave should that happen. But the bulls still have some work to do and some heavy resistance to break through if that's going to be the path. Right now, it does look better with one more high. They double topped yesterday. Instead of making that high, the SPY actually made a high, the SPX didn't, and the ES double topped. So they're kind of out of sync, so I'd like to see another top here. But off of this high, you do have a micro 5 down. If there's one thing we know about Elliott Wave, the micro counts are not reliable, so take that with a grain of salt, but you would expect a 5-wave move down, and that is what we saw off of the high. So we would still be looking up into this first resistance area at 52.85, and then the next resistance area would be 53.07. From there, we'd be looking for a move down, and to confirm we're heading down, we do want to see a 5-wave structure. Ultimately, we want to break this low at 51.90, and then this low here at 5100. If we break through that, that is a solid indication that we have topped in this move up, and we are looking for a bigger move down. And that move would come down and test this low, and then potentially bounce and head down from there. So the primary count is looking down still. We can have higher to go before that happens. We can even make new all-time highs on the ES or the SPY or the SPX or all three before we turn over. That is not an uncommon phenomenon for a B wave. If you remember, our target back before we turned over here was 5350 to 5400, and we came up short of that target. And very often B waves will go hit those targets before they turn over. So still counting this as a B wave, we would still look for a strong move down once it tops. I do think one more high would look best, and then a break of that 5100 area would be a strong indication that the C wave has begun, and we'd be looking much lower at that point. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, on the NASDAQ, same situation, guys. They hit the 764 basically on the dot, poked through it slightly. You do have a 5-wave move down here, and then here as well. However, I do think it would look better with one more high here. So I could see them coming up into this 18,520 area to 18,572 area. We do have major catalysts this week, so I could definitely see a spike into that area and a roll over. But again, they can take this even to new all-time highs or above. and I would still consider it a B wave. This is an extremely overlapping and ugly structure if you look at it here, and that overlap tells us that it's unlikely to be an impulsive wave, which means we're looking at an expanded B wave. And then once that B wave ends, we'd be looking for a C wave down, which would be a much sharper move down than, say, this move off of the highs here. So same type of setup on the NASDAQ. Again, those resistance levels 18,517 to 18,575. If they push through those, very likely we go up to the all-time highs and poke through. And they can push a little bit above that. Remember, our target there was 18,850 to 19,100. And we missed that target by just a little bit on the NASDAQ, so we could see them go up and hit that target before they turn over. So still looking down in a C wave, still counting this as a B wave, as it is very sloppy off of the lows, and that's indicative of a B wave. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to the web page. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. Before I jump into this, I did mention coupons earlier in the video. I do want to go over that really quickly. So we're going to give $30 off of any courses. So it's $30 off the bundle if you want both courses, $30 off the advanced, or $30 off the Elliott Wave for Beginners course. To get that discount, you're going to type in May 30. That's May 30 all together. You can see it on the screen there, and that'll give you $30 off of any of the courses. If you want 15% off of a membership, which includes all of the courses, then you can type in May 15, and that will give you 15% off for as long as you're a member each month in the rooms. Now, to do that, it's a little bit tricky because they kind of hide it where they put it on our setup. Whichever one you want to hit, either hit join today or get the course. When you hit get the course, it'll take you over to the information area where you'll put in all of your information. Scroll all the way down, and just below where it says passwords, it'll say have a coupon right here. Click on that, it'll open up. You put in your coupon code right here and make sure that coupon is applied before you're done. Hit enter after you type it in. Once you're done, pick your payment method and then hit sign up, and you'll enter your payment details on the next screen. So again, that's May 30 for $30 off and May 15 for 15% off of the memberships. Now, speaking of the memberships, we do have 2 incredible rooms, and they do come with a 7-day free trial. This is because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, become part of the trading team, interact with PT and I, and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our educational material. We have our Elliott Wave for Beginners and Advanced courses. In our advanced course, we go through all of the complex patterns that you see in the market, the ending diagonals, your advanced fib levels, your double and triple threes, your flats, all of the different things that you can see. We're looking at a potential expanding flat right now, and that's all explained in this course. In these videos, we start by going over how it looks on paper and the ideal way for the pattern to look. Then we go through the fib levels and what they're supposed to look like. So we draw it in, and you know where the fib levels hit, so you can kind of understand how it plays out. And then later we go to the charts, and we look at these things on the chart so you can see how they really play out and what they look like and how they respond and react. Here you can see we're going through a chart and how to label it and how to find the fibs, everything you need to know to understand these complex patterns. As you can see on the screen, our members are really loving this course. It's helping them understand these patterns, but I understand if this is too complex or you're just getting started with Elliott Wave. And if you are, that's why we have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money by finally understanding the market in a way that makes sense. It can be very confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And that's because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't matter long ago. He knew that key levels did matter and what happened when they broke and what happened when they held. And this is a huge trading advantage over the rest of the market. This course is 25 videos where I go through 3 different parts: the introduction, where we go through your mindset, the KISS method, and why this works, the chart setup and tools, and the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where I go through each of the waves, how they work, how to measure them, and how to find all these key levels. We go through the theory of alternation, the corrective depth theory, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing, guys, is one, we're giving $30 off, and if you want both courses, you can get them at a discount plus the $30 off, which gets you both courses for the price of one here. $30 off is $147. It essentially gives you that Elliott Wave for Beginners course for free. Now, the really cool thing is if you don't want to pay for these courses, they are included for free in our monthly rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where we go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the Trading material, you just saw we trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we day and swing trade, so we do trade quite often in my room. If you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, which is just killing it, guys. PT is crushing it with his income trades, as well as advanced training. You need to check out PT's throne room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, income trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method. It absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. Something you have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We're looking for the potential for the market to continue higher. It does look better with one more high, I believe. Into this 5284 to 5307 area would be our next resistance on the ES. They can push this to new all-time highs, and it would still be considered a B wave, as it is very corrective off of the lows. And we did miss our target over here, which is consistent with an expanding B wave should that happen. Once we do see that, we would look for a sharp turn down in 5 waves to start the C wave, and that would be a good indication if we break 5100. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of setup, very sloppy off of the lows, looking for this B wave for one more high into this 18520 area to the 18570 area. From there, we'd look for it to turn down sharply in 5 waves. However, they can still push up to new highs and still be considered a B wave, as it is very corrective off of the lows, and they did miss their target off of the highs. Guys, it's good to be back. That's your market update for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.